Yo, what is going on, you guys? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Tuesday, April 26th slate of NBA and MLB action. I'm super excited to hop into it. We have a pretty good slate on as of right now for both the NBA and the MLB, so I am really excited to dive into it. But first things first, as always, I do just want to go ahead and touch on just a couple things here. First things first, we are on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next thing, I did want to just give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance. As I always say, you guys truly have no idea how much that means to me. It truly means the world. So the next thing I did want to address, I'm recording this when not all the games are over. I know, so I don't know my official results, but we'll kind of go over them. 3 of the plays are already finished. One of them is still going on, and we'll kind of go over that. So let's just go ahead and hop into it. Let's just do a quick recap as of yesterday. It looks like we might have a pretty good day. It's really going to depend on this last play for sure. So first, we did have Kevin Durant over 3.5 turnovers versus Boston. And man, first of all, I just got to say, I cannot believe that the Nets actually got swept. Like, I am mind blown. If you guys watched my playoff predictions, I had Boston winning, but I had it in 7. I just can't believe that Brooklyn got swept. Like, that's absolutely mind blowing. I never would I have predicted that, truly. But that was crazy. That one ended up working out for us. So I hope you guys did put that in a little bit of a parlay. Hopefully, maybe that with the Celtics money line, something like that. But that one ended up working out for us. Then we had Donovan Mitchell under 2.5 threes. That one is the one that's going on right now. But I'll be honest, the Jazz have only scored 36 points in the first half as of right now, and Donovan Mitchell is shooting 0 for 5 from 3. Now, could he turn that around and hit 3 threes in the second half? Absolutely he could. But I will have my editor obviously put it in the recap card as of yesterday. And so hopefully it does work out for us. Then we'll finish the day 3-1. He'll just be the deciding factor of whether we have a 3-1 day or if we have a 2-2 day. So hopefully Donovan Mitchell stays right where he's at. Then we had Tobias Harris over 7.5 rebounds. I still feel like truly it was the right play. Even though we did end up losing it right on the hook, he finished just with 7. He had a huge workload. He literally played like high 30s minutes. He played more minutes than Joel Embiid. I thought for sure he was going to get it, but he finishes just shy. He had plenty of opportunities, but he just wasn't able to get it done, and it didn't help that Philadelphia kind of lost by a pretty large margin. So, yeah, Tobias Harris did have to do quite a bit out there. So, but he did finish with 7. Then we had the Mets money line. That one was absolutely crazy, mostly just because it was scoreless for most of the game, and then in the 8th and 9th inning, there was just so much scoring that happened, and the game actually ended up finishing 5-2. So the Mets actually pulled it out for us, which was absolutely insane. So that one ended up working out for us. But let's go ahead and dive into today's plays. We have 3 in the NBA, we have 1 in the MLB, and then we do have our fade play. We are going back to it. I know I forgot to post one yesterday, and I do apologize about that. I'd gotten called into work early, and it just kind of slipped my mind. So I do apologize about that, but we're getting back into it. So first play of the day, we're going to be taking Bam Adebayo under 29.5 PRAs here versus Atlanta at -115 odds. Now, if you look at it, he hasn't been great to this line when it comes to his PRAs just in general. In his last 4 games this series, he's finished with 29, 16, and 17. So he really hasn't been super aggressive, and he hasn't been truly, great to this line. Now, he did finish right on the hook at one game with 29, but he still went under. So he's technically went under in 4 straight games. And in the last 7 games, Atlanta does allow the 6th fewest points per game to opposing centers and the 5th fewest rebounds per game to opposing centers. Now, they do allow quite a good number of assists. They actually allow like the 5th or 6th most. I didn't write it down, but they do allow a decent amount of assists to centers. But I don't think Bam Adebayo is going to go out there and get, like 15, 16 assists and ruin it for us. So hopefully he does stay under with it. And in this series, he's actually only averaged 29 and a quarter minutes per game. So he hasn't really been seeing like 30 plus 40, 30 plus or 40 minutes. And let's be real. I mean, the Heat have been kind of blowing out the Hawks like frequently. So if that keeps happening, I do feel like Bam Adebayo is going to see a decrease in run. So hopefully it does end up working out for us. And he hasn't really been super aggressive with his shot attempts either. He's only gone over 10 field goal attempts one time this series. So hopefully it does end up working out for us, but that's going to be our first play of the day. Bam Adebayo under 29.5 PRAs versus Atlanta at minus 115 odds. Now our second play of the day, I'll be real, there's not a whole lot of stats to back this one up, but I think that it's just going to be more of something that while you're watching, it's going to make sense. So we're going to be riding with it. Patrick Beverley under 4.5 rebounds versus Memphis at minus 155 odds. Now this one's juiced once again. So this is kind of like the Kevin Durant play yesterday. Throw this into a little parlay with whatever your second favorite play is, or if whatever money line you like, go ahead and throw it into a little parlay with it. But I do like it a lot, and here's why. He has gone under in 3 straight games. He's finished with 2 rebounds in every single game, so he would have to literally get double and then some what he's got in the last 3 games to be able to hit this over. And if you watch the actual game, it's the Minnesota Timberwolves are kind of playing like a really weird defense against this Memphis team. And I'm not saying it doesn't work because it's been halfway effective, but basically they play like they either have Patrick Beverley face guarding Ja Morant and basically not going for any rebounds, just denying the ball the whole time, or they're playing like a really weird like 2-3 or like 1-2-2 zone. It's actually very strange, but they're basically playing like a zone, and Patrick Beverley's been at the top pretty much the entire time. So this one's just more of kind of like a scheme and fit type play, but I hope it works out for us. So he's going to be out on the perimeter a lot. So I'm going to be riding with it. Patrick Beverley under 4.5 rebounds versus Memphis at minus 155 odds. Now our third play of the day, we're going to be taking DeAndre Ayton. We're going to be taking his over 20.5 points here versus the Pelicans at minus 120 odds. Now, if you take a look at it, he has covered in 3 of the 4 games here versus the Pelicans. So he's actually been pretty solid. And obviously there is going to be no Devin Booker here for this Phoenix Suns team. So somebody's going to have to step up. And I mean, no disrespect, but Chris Paul did not play very well last time. So if he doesn't play well again, somebody's going to have to step up. And I think it's going to be DeAndre Ayton. Also at home this year, DeAndre Ayton is averaging 17.4 points per game. And on the road, he's averaging 16.9. So he is averaging more points per game at home with no Devin Booker, going to have a much bigger workload. And also in the last 7 games, the Pelicans allow the 5th most points per game to opposing centers. So I think we see a ton of value here. Hopefully he can get 25, 30 points for us, and we don't even have to worry about it, but we'll have to see. So that's going to be our third play of the day. DeAndre Ayton over 20.5 points versus Pelicans at minus 120 odds. Now, for our MLB play of the day, we're going to be taking the Marlins. We're going to be taking the Marlins money line here versus the Nationals at minus 135 odds. Now, Miami, they have won 2 straight games, and they have won 3 of their last 4. So, to be honest, Miami has actually started to get things clicking despite having a little bit of a rockier start here at the beginning of the year. And Miami, as a favorite, is 3-2 just in general. So, as a favorite, they really do get things done. And Washington, they have really struggled here recently. They've actually lost 5 straight games, and they are just 4-8 as an underdog. So they have not been very good. And Sandy Alcantara is 1-0 when he has started here for the Marlins with a 1.86 ERA. So dude has been absolutely insane. So hopefully he is able to continue that for us. So that's going to be our next play of the day, the Marlins money line here versus the Nationals at minus 135 odds. Now our fade play of the day, I am recording this at 10 p.m. Central Time, so it isn't super late, so there's not a whole lot of bets out, but we're going to be taking the Orioles plus 1.5 here versus the Yankees at plus 115 odds. Now, at the time of recording this video, there are 846 bets on the game in general, and 82% of them are on the Yankees. And not to mention the Orioles have been actually pretty decent. They have covered in 4 of their last 5. So that is going to do it for me. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Like I said, we are on the road to 7,000 subscribers, and I can't really get there without your guys' help. So make sure that you guys are subbed. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.